Hello and welcome to the round 14 fan cams. After the Blues win a game of football, can you believe it? Can you believe it? 18 goals, 12, 120 to 8 goals, 13, 61 in front of less than 30,000 people. We all jumped off. A lot of anxiety, a lot of angst before the game. And at quarter time, it was not looking good, but they got it done. And I think we can all breathe a sigh of relief. Not that it means much. It may not. But I think for today, it's something that we can just enjoy for a weekend, which we haven't been able to for a long time. So here we go. Welcome to the fan cams. If you'd like to join the fan cams, I'm going to put the link in the chat right now. Please be mindful. There are 12 spots available. There's actually about 4 that are going to be available shortly. So if you don't get in straight away, just stand by and we'll start this show. Pommy.
It's fucking good to be doing this after a win. What a win. Much, I hate to use the N-word. I've criticised the N-word a few times, but it was nice to get some nourishment, wasn't it? And you know what? I fucking needed some nourishment this week, I tell you. So that was good. That was good. I needed that. We all needed that. Thank you to everyone on the watch along. That was tough work. And as Eddie's talking about, we had a bit of a laugh at the start, saying that TDK is going to have a ripper. He's got a proper headband. It proved right. It's all about the headband. I tell you, headband's the secret.
I got to ask, what was the vibe at quarter time?
I've got to admit, I don't think many people were bouncing. Yeah, I was questioning my life choices. But you know what? Fair play, as always, as Carlton fans. They got behind them. It didn't take much. The tackles. I think we all got up and about with the centre clearance. It was good to see the stoppage game back. And I think those who watch the watch-alongs know that I scream blue murder in the backline when we don't take the short corridor option. And we did it a few times in that quarter. And before you know it, we'd kick more goals in that quarter than we had done for 3 games. So times are good. I mean, one thing this week's taught me is enjoy it. Enjoy it. Because nothing's for granted. So I enjoyed that. That was good. I can't remember the last time that I've talked shit on the watch along.
Yeah. I was at the function today. And I got to say, every conversation that I had with anyone before the game was just anger and frustration with everything. And they didn't give us much to be confident about that today was going to be different. And I guess there needed to be some circuit breaker at some point, and it ended up being today. So what does it mean? Who knows? It's just we needed to win. We needed to feel it again, hear the song. I think everyone involved, players, staff, supporters, everyone. And, we'll just take it a week at a time. But, yeah, you can't take wins for granted, can you? You never know when they're going to come.
We had a few of them this time last year. It's been a big week. The 10K week gave me a little bit of perspective that we're pretty fucked as people, aren't we? Do you know what I mean? I think I've been promising finals every year, according to that compilation. I'm a complete melt. But no, that was good. I mean, it was great to see us just return to what we enjoyed last year, being competitive in the corridor, taking the game on, being strong round stoppages. It was great to see TDK have a good game, resting forward. It was great to see Cripper snag, which we haven't seen. Midfielders scoring goals, we haven't seen that. And I've got to say, I've said it a few times this year, no Young. There's just something about that back line when they're a little bit smaller. I don't like height. And I'm enjoying it. It was good. Hey, I've got a smile on my face.
Yeah. Yeah, second quarter when we started getting some clarity and run and dash through the middle, Cripps to Walsh a couple of times. Yeah, we haven't seen that for a while. So, there's just the hope that it can be built off. And yeah, we can't keep going. We couldn't keep going down the hole that we were seemingly going down. And the credit to the boys. Well done. They had to just keep digging deep. It was a real soul crushing week, I think, last week. It did the full circle. Everyone's been called out. Staff, board, coaches, players. Last week it was the fans, and everyone's copped it, and everyone, whatever. So now we go into the bye with a win, and we'll see. What do you think it's going to mean in the grand scheme of things?
Well, I mean, we probably won't know that answer till round 23, but I mean, for a fan base, it's been a tough 4-6 weeks, hasn't it? Let's be honest, it all came to a head this week. Fans starting to jump off as the capacity showed today. We needed something. Didn't we? And I mean, obviously the Ashes is going on, so I mean, this week off, it's going to be depressing for you Australians, because obviously the Poms are going to smash the Australians in the next 24 hours. So I'll be enjoying that all week in my week off. But we needed it, don't you? I mean, you need it. I mean, to put it in perspective, it doesn't mean much. We're still 14th. We're just moved up to 13th for a mile away from where it is. But wins turn into wins. And, it was nice to see Voss make the changes, bringing in Fogg. I thought Fogg was good. I thought he had some nice pressure. Mr. Jack Martin showing his high footy IQ. It was a good start. It was a good start. And this won't mean anything if they get battered by Hawthorn in 2 weeks, let's be honest. But for now, they get to leave. And when was the last time we won before the bye? It feels like a lifetime ago.
Yep.
Do you know what I mean? So hopefully they can find some momentum, and whatever happens this year, if they can finish off the year strong, it bodes well at the trade selection table. It bodes well in the draft. It bodes well for next year. My mindset, I don't know how the fans are, is this is pre-season 2024. Now, we're in pre-season. So it's about getting these right habits, getting the habits building in at 2024. We get a year. We get a year to perfect the art. So next year's good. So that's where I am, to be honest. That's how my mind is. But I'm going to fucking enjoy wins. I'm going to give it out to opposition fans. Been quiet for 8 weeks. You know what? There was a load of Essendon and dickheads in the chat first quarter time, and they all ran away when Pom gave it the "where the fuck are you now" when the 5th goal went through. So I'm going to be up and about like I always am. I'm going to enjoy it. But firstly, big thanks to the Blue Abroad community. I've had a tough week. Well, I haven't. My wife has. The love and support has been overwhelming. So honestly, it's been a good night to finish the weekend.
Yeah. Well, we're sending love to Mrs. Pom and the family, and sending our well wishes, and we'll get right around you and her and everyone, and get through this together, mate.
We always do. We'll always get it through together. We've always got Blue Abroad, and it's going to be good to do the show tomorrow on a win. I've forgotten what it's like seeing your face when we win.
I know. I forgot what it's like to smile. I'm sore in my dimples. It's
hey, it's going to be good. People are going to love the rating show. They're going to love it all. It's going to be a positive fest. I can't wait.
Love it. Pommy, thank you for showing up today. We love you, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Much love. See you soon, guys.
Hey, mate. All right. Aussie Nick with the 5 says, I owe the boys a huge apology today. Wrote them off and thought it was rebuild time. Happy to receive a big slice of the humble pie today. Don't talk too soon, Nick. We've still got a long way to go, but today was good. Libbo with the 5. Good on them to get the dub, celebrating the 10K. Yeah, it must have been the 10K. They must have realized. All right. Marcus.
Hey, mate. All right. How good is it? Just to feel good again.
The old Dark Blues, mate. Fucking hell.
Oh, nah. I mean, I think it's the manner in which we did it, isn't it? I think we were all like, we've got to win today. And if it was going to be a scrappy, sloppy win, we probably wouldn't have been as joyous as we are now. But I think in the manner in which we did it, that was really pleasing, wasn't it?
Yeah, for sure. I can't say I saw it coming, particularly after the start. It just kept looking like the pressure was getting to them and the anxiety of it all. I think when Harry dropped that mark at the end of the first, I just thought, all right, strap in for another one of these days. And I guess you can only keep going down the hole so much before it turns. And they found something and they ran with it. And alas, 9 goals in a quarter.
Yeah, unbelievable. I know that first quarter was like same old. We kicked 1 goal again in the first quarter, and same sort of mistakes, wasn't it? And then I honestly don't know what happened in that second quarter. I don't think anyone would have expected that, which was crazy. So very impressive, and the players that we've been wanting to stand up over the last couple of months all stood up really, and it just shows their form has really affected what's been happening. And once they're up and about, they're hard to stop. And players like Cripps and Walsh especially, they were huge today, and haven't really been thereabouts over the last few weeks. So they were the difference, mate, and it was bloody good, and relieving more than anything as well.
I think so. Yeah. Relief is a really good word. I mean, the speeches that I heard, even on stage, Paddy Kinnersley did a speech at the function today, and like there was no sugarcoating it. There was no trying to be positive. There was, I think, collectively everyone completely came together and didn't sugarcoat it. And it's like, we're just struggling. So it's just good to breathe. It's good to breathe,
isn't it? It's good to smile and just, I mean, as bad as we've been, and you probably can't forgive everything that's happened, but
No.
just to enjoy this moment, I think it's good for us. We've been through it this year, so enjoy the moment.
Yeah. What do you feel now going into the bye? What do we take away from what we've seen, and how do we make the most of it?
Yeah, I think it's just, if anything, it's just going to give them a little bit of belief now, and I think it probably releases some of the pressure and the negativity that's been on them over these last few weeks. And I think it can only be a good thing, and especially a game against Hawthorn, who are improving, but certainly will go in as favourites, you'd think. And to get a win there and to keep building on it, I think, it could only do wonders. I think winning before the bye as well helps. People might say it might break the momentum, but I think winning and going into a bye and going on like a mini holiday and things like that, they've only got they've got a couple of weeks now to breed on that positivity. So I guess time will tell, and we can probably reassess in a month or so time. But fingers crossed, it can only do them wonders.
Mate, have a week off, have a breath, have some rest, and we'll see what happens after the bye.
Yeah, absolutely, mate. You too, and congrats on the 10K as well, mate. Fantastic effort, and super proud of you.
Appreciate it. Thanks, brother.
Thanks, mate.
See ya. Paul Sebastiani.
Yeah, Maz, did you get the email? Did you get the email in Tropea? Yeah. We win, you win. Didn't you get it? Oh, you got it. All right, good stuff. No worries. Yeah, it's a spin one this week, actually. It's you spin, you win, we spin. Yeah. All right, no worries. I'll see you at the shop. Did you get the email?
Got the scarf again, mate. Got it all.
$80.
Upgraded the membership at halftime.
$80. Good to see you after the game too, sir.
It was good to see you after the game. Yeah. It was good to see everyone after the game. I don't know how I got home because the train is an issue. It's an issue for the Caulfield line, but we got home in time. And yeah, what do you say, mate? What do you think?
But before we move on, I just want to, and I did message him before, obviously, but big love and condolences to Pommy, to Dan and Zoe and the family. So it's a bit of a kick in the guts for them. But Pommy seems to be up and about, which is good. At least they gave him some sort of solace over the last couple of days, which has been good. So
yeah,
big love and big shout out to him. As for the game, I don't know. I kind of soaked it all in when I was there, and you kind of, I think, I don't know if people think this way too, but the performance kind of made me more angry. It made me angrier because if that's what they're capable of when it all clicks and they all start to take the game on and they hit the scoreboard, well, what have been happening for the last, sort of 7 to 8 weeks? So that's probably where I sit sit with it. I'm not getting too sucked in because it's only one game, and in the grand scheme of things, we've been nothing short of deplorable this year. But at the moment's good. It's nice to have a bit of a pressure valve release. I almost forgot the words. I didn't know what it felt like. It's foreign. Here's a funny one for you. I was doing the maths. I went through it. So our winning margin over the last 2 months has been 83.5 points. 108 points and 59. So
Wow. No, I'm with you though. Halftime I was happy, obviously, but yeah, there is still that feeling of where's this been? Where's this been? And
well, they still haven't been able to put it, like they did put it all together, but that first quarter was I was ready to get rid of everyone there. I still am, obviously, because when you look at it, I mean, you just have to go back to the ladder for you to be like, ugh, But the moment's good. The moment's good.
The moment's good. I mean, it's just not that it gives you hope, but you got to be able to build off it.
Yeah, no,
do something for the year.
Of course. I think you know what. There's moments in the season where because it builds up and builds up, and you can say, oh, what would have happened if they'd have lost today? That's the difference too. So maybe it is a circuit breaker. I don't know. We don't know. We don't know until round 23, and I just think that. Like from my perspective, it's hard to not look at the whole season. Like we cheered 100 points today. Like God, what is this? A cricket?
Raise the bat, mate.
Like Usman Khawaja made his ton yesterday. Like it just, I don't know. Like I'm not. It's not me sinking the boots in or being negative or positive or anything like that. It's just trying to be as realistic as possible. But it was nice to see that they actually rung the changes. But like those 5 changes should have happened 2 months ago when they played poorly against Adelaide. Young should have been dropped then. They should have made changes there. So, but no, it's good. It's the crowd was 29,000. God. Yeah. You kind of expect that though with the way we're playing.
Yeah. No, you get what you deserve. That's what happens.
Well, that's exactly right. Yeah. No, that's exactly right. And I think there are a few blokes who got back into look and got like I think the game in isolation too. Gold Coast have had 2 pretty big scalps and some pretty big scalps the last couple of weeks. And they'd been in pretty good form as well. So it was good for us to really show what we're capable of. But yeah, I think that's just it's more Not from a holistic point of view, but it's more just in the grand scheme of things. It frustrates me that we're able to do that and haven't been able to do that in the last sort of 6 to 7 weeks. That's where the frustrating thing is. So, but I mean, yeah, it's a win. Win's a win. Walshy looks like he's back in form. I will say the one guy who I think is really back in form now, and I think he's really turned the tide, is Jacob Wiedering. I think he's got his head clear. He's definitely got his head clear, and he just looks to have. He's playing with a lot more freedom. He stopped Ben King. He actually destroyed Ben King, to be honest. He smashed him, and he's better going the other way. Wieders too. You can see he's just mentally he's clocked in and checked in now. So plus he's had some tough weeks as well. So I don't know. I'm not drawing to too many conclusions, mate. I'm not trying to be negative or positive or anything like that. I'm just looking at it in the grand scheme of things. And no,
that's okay.
It's too little too late. It's too little too late. It's too little too late at the moment for mine. But we've got what do we need? 8 or 9 wins.
We need 7. It's 8 and 2 from today. That's what we needed. So I'd hate to bring I'd hate to tell you the bad news, but there's a chance. And where there's a chance,
no, it's good. It's as I said, the win's good. Everyone will enjoy it. It's great, but that don't lose sight of reality as well, because at the moment, it's not been good enough, and they need to do more of it. So again, I'm not going to shoot off the hip with 1 win. I need to see more of it. I think we all need to see more of it to get around it. And as I said, the crowd said everything today, that everyone had basically jumped off. I think so, but it's good. We won. What are you going to say? They won. It's 4 points. We sing the song and we go to the bye and we wriggle on to next week. Simple as that. So
absolutely.
On to Hawthorn. Away game, big game. That'll be packed out. That'll be packed out as well, which is good. How they deal with the pressure now of a little bit more expectation going into that game is the next question. But yeah, don't go too over the top is what I'm saying. Celebrate it like we all are, but don't forget where we are on the table. Just look at the table and that'll get you into some perspective. But there's still a little while to go. So
yeah. All right, Paulo. Well, go Blues, mate.
nice to see you with a smile on the fan cams too, just quietly.
Always, mate. Always good.
Enjoy, mate.
See you, mate. Tag Consulting Arbor with the 5. Woke up halfway through the second quarter. Glad I wasn't put back to sleep. Thumbs up, Blues. Stay hard. Stay strong. Yes. Well said. Well said. All right. Who have we got here? Joe.
If I drop out, I'm driving, and it's because I'm in and out of some.
Let's get you when you're
sketchy areas.
Let's get you when you're not. All right, we'll get you back on. We'll get you back on. We don't want to be getting you in any trouble. Jim.
What's going on, man? We're back. No, we're not back, but congrats on the 10,000 as well, Terry. Good stuff. Wicked.
Thanks, mate. Thank you. How about today?
What's that, mate?
How about today, mate?
We'll take it. It's 4 points. That's the way I look at it. It's a job done and 3 really good quarters, I thought. I'd like to know your take at the game about the first quarter, though, because that seemed interesting watching, man. It was real hard watch for me personally, but I'd like to know.
Lot of anger in the crowd. And I think the symbolic moment was Harry Mackay dropping that relatively easy mark out in front. And then it's just like, okay, I was buckling up for another one of the days that we've been seeing, to be honest with you. And then didn't really believe that something had happened until we probably kicked 5 in a row, because I hadn't seen us do that for a while in the second. And then it was funny because at the ground, they didn't update the scoreboard. It wasn't working. There was a bit of a glitch or something. So, yeah. But, mate, they found a way. And what does it mean? I don't know. Probably nothing, but I hope something.
Well, I guess we can build on it now. They probably got to look at the season in 2 halves now. One has been completely and utterly wasted. It was a total fuckery, that first half of the season. But if they can now reset, get together over the bye, come back, play really well against Hawthorn, then, take that into next year. The season, I still believe, is done, but we still got to find a way to take something into the future and build on it. Otherwise, this is just an absolute waste this season. And since 2018, this would be the most disappointed I've ever been as a fan, I reckon, in my life. Like, when we had a coffee in round 2, man, we were undefeated in round 5. We were talking about that. And I was like, this feels special. But, mate, fuck. Just since then, just off the cliff. That's why I haven't been on the last few weeks. There's nothing positive to say out of my mouth. So today's better, though. It's good. Feels nice to get 4 points.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Do you think we unlocked something with the way we selected the team today for us to move forward?
Yeah, I do. I think playing less talls back looked like it worked. Like Chincotta obviously has been told to take the game on. Saad today was definitely told to take the game on more so. I know he's been, even in the last 6 or 7 weeks, he's been running around to get the handball, but today just felt different. Whether that was due to Gold Coast being poor, I'm unsure. I'd like to see it stack up over 3-4 games now. I'm definitely not going to get ahead of myself with it, but playing a smaller backline doesn't look the worst. Looks like it's more modern. We need to be more modern as well. And Wiedering, he was in really good form today. He's back. He's definitely back.
He is. Well, mate, enjoy the bye. Have a week off. Chill out. Watch the replay. And then we've got the MCG coming up against the Hawks.
Yeah, I'm going to try and attend that. That'll be sick. All right, mate. Get through them all. Good luck.
See you, bro.
See you, mate.
We've got a couple here in Bali, a couple of Blues abroad. So let's get them on. Nicola and Ryan.
Hey, Terry. How you going?
Sensational.
He's chickened out, I think.
Oh,
yeah, we're in Bali for our 20-year wedding anniversary. So special weekend.
Congratulations.
Thank you. It was, we didn't have any Blues fans around us today, but but it was a pretty special win, I think, just to see a bit of belief in the side and just to see them with smiles on their faces, and you could just see almost the relief pouring out of them. It was great. Really good to see.
What was the scene in Bali? Where'd you watch it? Paint the picture.
We are in Seminyak at a bit of a beachside, couple of hotels, and we just found a pub where the Tim Zoo fight was on downstairs, and they said, "Oh, we'll put the AFL on for you upstairs," and we kind of had the whole rooftop bar to ourselves. But it was just, I don't know. I said at the start of the second term, I said, I think we're on here. There was just something coming out of the first quarter that you could just see there was a spark there, and yeah, they came out and showed us something that I think we've all just really been wanting to see from this group that has been, I don't know, it's almost like the things that they were working on weren't sticking, but it seemed to click and find a way today. It was amazing.
Yeah, no, absolutely. It's a bit like that. The crowd as well. Anger turned into confusion, turned into trust that we were going to get the job done, and alas, here we are.
Yeah, and I loved that there wasn't sort of just one player that had the limelight today. It was shared around. There was a lot of unselfish plays. There was good plays on the wing. There was good entries into the 50. It was just a performance that I think they can hopefully take forward take time in the bye and take it forward into the second half and build into next year.
Absolutely. So you're back in Melbourne for the Hawthorn game? Oh, no, you're not in Melbourne.
No, we're
right.
in Sydney.
Sydney, okay.
But that's okay. The girls, our girls aren't with us for our anniversary week here in Bali. They're still in Sydney, but they were watching the game at home. So, yeah, we're a bit of a family that doesn't matter where we are, we'll always tune in and watch the boys, win or lose.
Love it. Well, send the girls love, send Ryan love, happy anniversary, and we'll see you around.
Good to see you on a win this weekend.
Absolutely. See ya.
Yeah, bye.
Joe Adamo.
If you had told me that we'd win by more points than Salami made today, I would have laughed.
I did. I tried to tell you.
Yeah, well, and this is point number 2. A couple of years ago, 2021, same round. I was the fool that convinced you. I was the fool after the Adelaide game, and I got a movement going, 12-10, and now you're the fool that's convinced me.
I hate to tell you what it is, mate, but 8-2 is doable.
Don't worry about 8-2 now. It's 7-2, man. That's number 1. See you later. On to the next.
Roo. 7-2.
Hey, look, at the end of the day, it's a really good win. It was really good. Like, as a fan base, this is what we've got to decide what we want to see now. Because outside of the second quarter, a lot of what we saw, and don't kid yourselves, a lot of what we saw for the rest of that game was very similar to what we've seen for the rest of the year. Very similar. So mistakes, fumbles, couldn't really capitalize. Last quarter, we put the foot down. The last 5 minutes, fine. But this is what I was trying to say on the podcast last week. You cast your mind back to when we started 8-2 last year, and it was one quarter like that we dominate, and then you take the foot off and you control the game. And really, if we can do that week in, week out, I'm going to be happy. I don't really care how we win if that's how we're going to do it. But that's really still not 4-quarter footy. At the end of the day, that's probably good enough to get it done against most teams, though. So
yeah,
it's a lot better than what we've seen. A lot better.
Yeah. I saw a little snippet on the way home of Adam Sarr talking at halftime about, what changed at quarter time. And he just literally just said, keep it simple, get the ball moving forward, hit the contest hard, take the first option, take the game on.
No shit. Really? It's fucking football, isn't it? You literally hit what he just did was describe the game of football. at the end of the day. It's
Yeah.
modern footy. So it was good to see them hitting targets. It was good to see them capitalise in front of goal. I can't stress this enough. We went into halftime this week at 10-5. We went into halftime last week at 3-10.
Wow. True.
No shit, you're going to be able to play with confidence for the rest of the game, because you know what? When you can build a lead early of 5 goals, 6 goals, whatever it is, if you make a mistake, the crowd's not going to jump on you. There's not that anxiety that you can't make a mistake because we're trying to catch up. If you make a mistake, you move on to the next, but you can't let the mistakes pile up early. And to start the game, in the first 5 or 10 minutes, it looked like it was going to be a really hard day. But to their credit, after quarter time, they put the foot down, they got it done, they built the lead they needed to, and you can just see once you've got that lead, and this is what I've been screaming about, once you've got that lead and once you build that lead early, you can play with the freedom and confidence to make mistakes, and it's okay. But you can't do that when you don't build that lead early.
Yeah, we've got to earn the right.
That's the biggest difference I saw today. Biggest difference.
Yeah.
Ball movement was good though. How was it at the ground? I am spewing we didn't get to go. The salami that were made, they're nice. Like, they're looking very, very good though. So I'm not completely disappointed.
Yeah, the ground was. So I took notes. The ground was silent in the first quarter, like dead silent, and then obviously the mistakes keep compounding, and then you start hearing the groans in the crowd, and like you said, it just looked like we were setting ourselves up for another one of those days, and then. I don't know where the second quarter came from. Maybe they just reached a point where it's like boys, like come on. And then you started to see. I think Nicola just said it earlier. You started to see them get a bit of confidence, and then all of a sudden, Harry Mackay starts remembering that he's a contested mark beast.
And he can kick.
And that he can kick. Then we started getting small forwards in the right positions, and then we started getting some handball chains, and started getting some 1-2s and some run and carry, and you're like, oh, there they are. This is them. This is the powerful brand, and good on them. Good on them. They did it for themselves. They did it for everyone, and
agree.
I hope it's just not a flash in the pan. I mean, 9 goals in a quarter is a pretty big, it's a pretty significant statement. The Suns are not. They're not a bad team.
Hey, especially contested and especially out of the middle. I tell you, we were 43 points to nothing at one stage from scores from centre bounces. That is phenomenal against a team like the Suns. Anyone that's watched the Suns or anyone that knows the Suns knows that out of the middle and through the guts, they are as contested as it gets in the comp. They're a really good midfield. Jared Witts got all credit to Tom DeConning today. Honestly, he had a ripping game. If someone had told me that he'd take Jared Witts to town, I would have laughed. But he genuinely got the better of him, and it's all credit to him. But 43 points to nothing from centre bounce scores, that's incredible, and that's something we haven't seen from this midfield for a long time. There's 3 names. You got Jack Silvani, George Hewitt, and Lewis Young. We didn't miss either of all 3 of them. We didn't miss them today. We really didn't. And these are 3 names that were first names on the team sheet last year through that first 10 rounds. So do we look a bit more dynamic with Cunners and Martin back up and about and whatnot? Absolutely. Have we been too slow? Probably. No, Ed Curnow didn't miss him either. So, maybe we've found the right formula. Who knows? At the end of the day, enjoy the win. It's a 10-goal win. We can finish our weekend in a bit of style for once, and that's it. Go to the bye nice and happy.
Absolutely. Well, we'll see you at 8 p.m. Almost Blues Brothers live.
That's it.
Absolutely. We're looking forward to it.
Up and about.
Joe, well done today. The salami's ready. We'll see you later.
See you later, mate.
See you, mate. Ur with the $79.99 donation. Thank you very much. Ur, you are a star. Okay. I'm going to let a few more in. I've got some room in the waiting room. If anybody would like to come on, have their say. The link is going in the chat now. Complain and say I didn't give you a chance. It's there. Young Zach.
Terry, what's up?
Mate, I'm good. What's up? We got to win. 10 goals. Happy.
Finally. I was absolutely pumped. It's a win. Take the 4 points. It's not like we don't get too carried away over it. There was a few things that I love seeing today. Our ball movement was incredible, way better. That the group has found each other again. this is us. I liked how we didn't play Lewis Young at the back because he's really slow. I liked how we use a lot of small defenders, and Wettering did his job. Chincotta's he's another side of half back. He's a quick. He just was free and he did his thing, and they all were very impressive. We bring in Fogarty as well for Motlop. That was something that I loved. Fogarty was good today. It was good to get the win for Cunners. It was really good. Kicking was better, but as I've said, finals is a bit too far away. It's possible, but as we said, a lot of people have said it on fan camps today. This is a game that we build into next year. We get ready, and and we really changed something at the end of that first quarter. What was your thoughts on that, Terry?
I think it was just more run and carry. I think we started getting some dominance at the center stoppages. I remember seeing Walsh quite a few times early in that second quarter, streaming through the middle of the ground, which I hadn't seen from him in a while in that position. All of a sudden, you start setting up opportunities for the forwards, not on the boundary, but more directly in front of goal. High quality looks. And I think once it clicked and once they found it and they found a bit of momentum, they did not let it go. They just kept going and
it was good.
They got a bit of a mental release.
Yeah, and a few things I want to say is, as we've said, we're not afraid. Like today, we were very quick. We were very fast, running handballs. Mackay was kicking straight. Everyone was good. Everyone was switched on, and it was pumped. We take the 4 points. Anyway, Terry, it was nice speaking to you. Thank you, Pommy, again, like always, for being on the watch along. And come on, Blues. We take the 4 points and go into the bye, relax, and we're prepared for Hawthorn. See you, Terry. Have a good night.
See you, mate. I love it. I love it. Adam.
Hello?
You there?
Hello?
Hello.
Hey, it's good to finally get a win.
It was great to get a win. Where are you at the moment? What's going on here? Okay, we might let that one go for now. Beachy.
Thanks, fuck, for betting Gold Coast. They have fucking given me shit for years. Yeah. I don't want to bring up bad memories here, but there were 2 games when we played them in Melbourne, obviously at the other venue, and someone now who's at Richmond hit 7 straight one game and 9 goals won in another game at the same venue. I'm just glad we finally put a team down like we did against the West Coast Eagles, because this is a side that has given us grief, and we've only been playing them since 2011. So can we just continue to bring more consistency and continuity into the second half of the season, please? It's not that hard for people like me. It's all people like me want, going in, week out.
Fair play, mate. You're not wrong. They've tormented us for a long time, the Suns. And there was a bit of a narrative around them as well before today. There's a narrative that they don't play very well at the G. Their record's not good. They did beat Richmond at the G earlier this year. So maybe there is a little something to that. And, you don't want to get too carried away because, it's not somewhere where they play their best footy. We're going to play them again up there later in the year. But I think today was just about all of us, mate, honestly. Not being angry and, not having that negative energy at the end of a game and not being disappointed because, it adds up and it takes its toll. And we've all just continued to sit through it and wait, and we're pointing out mistakes and what's going wrong, and we haven't really had a chance to point out what's going right. And so, without wanting to get carried away, it's just good to feel good.
100%. That second quarter just set us up, and the Gold Coast were pretty much ambushed. Yeah, they talk about the sunrise when they get to Metricon Stadium or Heritage Bank Stadium, whatever you want to call it. But when they come to the MCG, it's a sunset because they cannot play there. And sure, we got done by Melbourne the week before, and we got done by Essendon the week prior to playing the Gold Coast. But look, I'm just glad that we were able to put a team away. Players were doing what they were told to do, and something that really pleased me as well is Cunningham got through the game fully unscathed. He would have been off a couple of times, but there was no injury. He wasn't subbed out, and I think that's what pleased me the most.
Yeah. What I noticed about Cunningham is he made his whatever he was going to do, whether it was a handball or a kick, he made his decision straight away. He didn't play with that mental block that a lot of the boys have been playing with. He was quick with it all, and it started rubbing off on the rest. And hopefully he can stay fit, stay healthy. You can tell he's got it. He's got it, whatever it is, at the level. And so we'll see. It adds something to this midfield mix. I even thought Paddy Dow showed us a little bit of something at the end. And I don't know if that's because the game was dead and buried. I don't know. But the way his body looks now and the way he's throwing himself at contests, it's a bit different. So well done to him too.
No, exactly. I can't ignore Paddy Dow. I mean, sure, he was a sub again, but for the limited amount of time that he had, he made an impact. It might not have been a complete impact straight away, but he made an impact. He was able to use the ball the way he wanted to. And anytime Gold Coast tried to put pressure on him, he was able to make his decision his way, and we were able to keep it moving forward.
Yeah. Well, Beachy, I just want to let you know before I go, every time you come on the fan cams, I get a text from my sister and my brother-in-law. We're biggest fans, mate. They love it. They love it.
I better make contact then. Hey.
They love it. They love you. We love you, mate. And we'll see you in a few weeks.
Thanks, Gary. Congrats on the 10K again.
Thanks, mate. I tell you what, by popular demand, the chat, they're all saying Rocco's name. They just keep saying his name. So we're going to have to get Rocco in.
Hey, how we going, guys?
Mate, they're spamming the chat with your name. They need you in here. They need to
see they need a bit of love here. What a day. What a day. What a day. Got up early this morning, went to do my interview for this week, and then rushed and got there 5 minutes before the game, and we sat down, and it was a half empty stadium, half full stadium. It was just a bit weird, and the whole thing was a little bit, the atmosphere was a bit weird, it was didn't know what we wanted. And then the game started, and the first quarter, more the same. And we sat there at quarter time, and I just want to see what they're going to do this quarter. I wasn't being angry. I just wanted to see what they're going to do, and they pulled something out. What does it mean? Doesn't matter what it means. We won't find out for weeks.
Yeah.
What we found out today, I think we found out a lot about us as a supporter base, us as a team during the week. I think there was a big thing that happened during the week, that rant on the ramp there. We've heard it all before, but I don't know. Something happened that week. I changed my idea about who was going to win. I thought we were going to get like unified somehow, and it was different to the other times, with Crips and all that. This one was a bit different. I just felt like, I don't know. So it felt a bit different. So I think I found out a lot about everybody this week. It was a bit weird, mate. Even us at the ground was a bit weird today. So how'd you feel? How'd you feel, Terry? Look, you hit 10,000. It's been a depressing, and then that kind of like buzz you up, and then we get to this game, and after this win, how did you feel, Terry?
I didn't have anything about the team to get me excited. So this week was different. The 10K happened, and it's awesome. And then you reflect and you watch all the old videos, and Bailey put the compilation together, and that is kind of what gave me the happiness for the week, so to speak. You know, us and this and what's happened, and then nothing that was coming out of the club was making me excited at all. No post, no photo, nothing, none of it. It was, if anything, it was probably making me more angry. And then I realized halfway through the second quarter when we started playing well, it's amazing what it does to your perspective. Like the same things at grounds that you're seeing didn't piss me off as much. The only difference is winning and losing. And I don't know. We just want to win. And I know you can't win every week, and I know you can't win every year. And it's hard because we expect it. There's been a drought. We have standards. We're the Carlton Football Club. We're this, we're that. What does it stand for? The monogram, the history, all of that.
That's true.
You know, and I'm just like, I guess I've just realized we're not owed. Not that we're not owed anything. We're fucking owed a little something.
We
That's
owed
what we're
something.
owed.
And I said that during the week. We're owed something, you know, like we're all owed something, you know. We all put in our time, so we're owed something.
Yeah.
You know, but the players are owed something too.
Yeah.
In a way. They're owed something from us too.
Yeah, they are. They are owed something. And it was interesting how loud we can make 29,000 people sound when we're up and about.
It definitely, like the buzz. I noticed this happiness in everybody. It was this slight happiness. It wasn't overexcited by anybody. Sometimes it was a little bit of a giggle.
Yeah.
You know, when they kicked a goal, you go, oh, look at that. You know, like, oh, Cripper, I can't believe it. He's kicked it from 45 on an angle. You know, look at that. That's funny. But and I noticed with the team, like, what do you take into it, right? You can't take much. We won't know for another 4 or 5 weeks, right? Yeah. We won't know. We won't know what the team's going to do. We won't know what kind of changes there's going to be. We won't know. We won't know because, as you said, we lose against Hawthorn and it all turns to shit. We win against Hawthorn. We move into the next level, you know. We can only take it one step at a time. But I noticed this confidence in the side when they did start playing well. And you could see them just running forward just a little bit more. Just they were spreading just a little bit more. You know what I mean? They were handballing just a little bit better instead of that 1 meter handball. They were actually handballing 3 or 4 meters wide, you know, and there was a player there. So it's amazing what confidence does. You know what I mean? Because I always said we're not a bottom 4 list. But we're playing like a bottom 4 side, you know. And I just noticed those little things started happening a little bit more. And then all of a sudden, there was like 2 or 3 players like forward of the ball, you know. And I'm thinking, what are you doing out there? That's unknown ground to you guys. You don't usually do that. Everyone's all in the fucking thing, mate. But you're all forward. So it's that confident. Wiedering getting a little bit more confident, taking that kick, turning his head, you know. It's amazing what a bit of confidence does, you know what I mean? So I just noticed those little things. I'm looking at it differently now, the game. Like I'm looking at, like, yeah, it was a win. And then I also said, you know what's funny? We kicked those 9 goals in the second quarter. And I said to Dylan, I hope we don't win by 100 because that'll be a West Coast kind of win. I don't want that. I want like a 50 or a 60-point win. I don't want them to kick the last 5. They're the things I want. And it kind of all happened the way I wanted it. But did you feel like that?
I did. I didn't want to come out of the game and it to not feel like it was a valid win, you know?
Yes.
I definitely felt the same. And I like that the Suns challenged us back. And they're a solid team. They coach well. They play hard. They play tough. Levi... kicking goal. I don't know what that was, but he was,
I don't know.
You know,
he was all right. He's all right. Levi, man, he did all right. And there was a couple of boos and I'm thinking, why are you booing the bloke? Like, just leave him alone.
No, we love Levi. We love him.
Actually, someone jumped up. I think did Cripps take the mark, or maybe TDK took a mark on him in the last quarter? He went into defense, or he might have been in the ruck and that. And I heard someone go, "F you, Casbolt." I'm going like, why? You know, like, why do we F you in Casbolt, mate? Like, seriously, take it easy, people. I think it's that pressure release. That was good today. That was that pressure release. I didn't even sing the song. Did you sing the song?
No, I stood there for the song, but I
Yeah,
didn't
I
get
stood
carried
there, but
away.
did you sing it? Did you sing it?
No, I didn't sing it properly. I actually didn't G up fully today for goals and stand up. I was sitting. The level 2 crowd's a little bit different to the rest.
I
They
was
don't
level
quite.
2 too. Yeah.
But I didn't get fully. I was excited, but I didn't stand up and scream and shout like I would when we're up and about. But they've got to win a couple, and then I'll go
Then we'll
psycho
get up
again.
and about. I was more like this happy kind of,
Yeah.
just happy, sitting back. I was watching everyone. I was seeing the kids jumping up and down. They were happy, you know what I mean? So that was the main thing. I'm telling you, if everyone's happy, everyone's up and about, you never know. I saw a comment there. Do you think we're going to make the finals? Just relax, everybody.
Just relax.
Just relax, everybody. But you know what's important? Look, of course, it's very difficult. Come on, let's be serious. We won one game. Like, we're going to make final. Let's be serious. But I know I'm going to sound stupid here, but it keeps us in the mix. So what it does every game, it means a little bit more. If you were completely out of the mix, like those wins would go, you'd really feel down, right? But you win the next one and you go, you know what, still in the mix, that win feels a bit better. So I think it's important, that you're still in the mix, you know what I mean? You're still in the mix.
That's
and
it.
We worked out the wins and losses on the way home. So we were suckers too. We were going, I bet you we all did. I don't want to hear anybody not say you didn't work out who we could beat. We could win the next 4 and then be above the ledger. Everyone thought the same. Don't do it, guys. You all thought the same.
Yeah, we've got to give an upset in the next 7-8 weeks. We've got a few big teams, but let's just get through Hawthorn and we'll start there, and then we'll go and see what happens. So
100%. All right. So
a happy jumper punch on the way.
What's that?
I said a happy jumper punch on the way.
Yeah, I was just about to say that. I don't know. What are we going to talk about? I actually have to get some like winning, some goal highlights. Like usually it's all about the bad stuff, but it's going to be like a different vibe. I think it's going to be a fun vibe this week. It's going to be I think for all the shows, it'll be fun. Then we've got 2 weeks off. Beautiful. And I think Hawthorn's a perfect game to come up to in 2 weeks' time. It's just, It's a good game. It's a good game. They're about the same. It's a good game to come to in 2 weeks' time. So all good. Congratulations again, brother, on doing all that stuff, man. Like, fantastic, mate. Like, big part of this whole experience. So well done, brother.
Yeah, you too, mate. You've been here from that first fan camps to now.
Yeah,
so
that first when we yell, "Where are the leaders?" I always remember, "Where are the leaders?" You know what I mean? And maybe we're still asking that question, but
we are.
We are. We're still asking those questions.
Yeah.
All right,
Good on you,
guys.
Rob.
See you, mate.
See you, mate. Love it. Johnny Holden.
Hey, buddy. How you doing?
Good. How are you?
Oh, yeah. Happy today. Very happy. Started weird. Got to the G. Get on the train, down the tram, get to the ground. My daughter's sick. So back on the tram, back home, got in just before half time, saw the score. It was like, oh, this is good. Watched the second half with Pommy. Then when that finished, went back and watched the second quarter. Looked good. Boys look so quick with Fogarty, with Cunningham and all that in. They just looked freer. You could tell that they hadn't been in the side over the last 12 weeks and experienced that down. The way they were moving the ball, they had that feel of last year about the side. Whether that was contagious or not, I don't know. But they just looked like they were playing with freedom. They just moved the ball so much better today than what they have all year. And I think kicking straight just let the boys just throw the shackles off, and they just went for it. And it was so infectious that they kicked one goal and it just rolled on and on and on, where the last couple of weeks we've been doing it, but we've been missing. And you could see them be deflated, just instantly deflated. And they dropped their heads and it was like, oh, here we go again. Where today they kicked straight and it just rolled and rolled, which was good.
Yeah, it was good to see some of that run and carry game back in the side.
Oh, it was great. It was last year all over again. It was what we wanted all year. Hopefully that's what they go forward with this from now on, the boys just look like they were having fun. That's what they look like. And previously, you watch them, they looked like they were miserable. They didn't want to be there. Win, lose, or draw, they just did not look interested in the last couple of weeks. And today, you could see it in their faces. They were laughing. They were all smiles. They were getting around each other. It was just good to see. Regardless of who we beat, I think this may be a real good kick in the rear that we need.
I think so. Well, look, the players have got to go through it. They were talking about accountability. And if you think about it, by this stage, traditionally, we sack a coach or we announce a review, which essentially means changes are coming. So this time around, they really did stick fat, and the players had to find a way through, out of the tunnel together.
They've been saying it for weeks. Like every interview you hear Harry or Cripper or Sammy, they're all coming out saying, oh, look, we're all sticking fat. We're all behind the coach. They proved it today that, Vossi is the right bloke. I believe in my heart that he is the right guy going forward. Maybe needs a few tinkering touches around who helps him, but we have to stick fat with him. I know we've had 8 weeks of crap, but if you go back and look at all the good sides, they all went through slumps like that. Few minor tweaks to the game plan, and then they reset, re-go, and away they went. We just need to do that.
Yeah. Buckle up, Johnny.
Mate, congratulations on the 10,000. I'm glad you got the, wear your $80 scarf today in pride. So it was good to see. All right, mate. Take care. Enjoy.
Good on you. See you,
all right,
mate.
buddy. Bye, mate.
Peter V with the 10 says, I was proven wrong by tipping Gold Coast. This is what playing the basics with flair can bring. Hopefully they can continue on in 2 weeks. I just managed to sing the song, but otherwise, congrats to 10K. Thank you, mate. Also, if you're on YouTube, you'll see a pinned comment at the top. It's the 10K giveaway. It's happening tomorrow night. So you got 1 day left to enter. All right. Who's next? Who we got? Lek Dog.
Tizza, how are you? Congrats, mate, of course.
Thank you, mate. Congrats to us. Congrats to you. Congrats to winning.
Winning is good. Winning's fun, isn't it?
Winning is fun. Did you tip us?
I did tip us. I tipped us on the show hesitantly last week, and then I tipped us in Real Footy Tips as well. So, yeah, I tipped us. I knew we were going to win. I didn't know we were going to win by 10 goals, but I knew we were going to win.
What was your vibe like at quarter time?
Well, it's interesting. I've got a few notes here that I took during the game, and you stuck with me for a little bit, Tez, because I don't have any shows this week to jump on. I was surprised when I logged in on Twitter at quarter time and saw that everyone was losing their minds. And I didn't think we were good, but I thought I felt like we were a bit more composed in the back half. I could see Adam Sard had been freed up a little bit. I think Nick Newman has a lot to do with that. But the one thing that stuck with me, and I'm assuming my note taking is correct, and this did happen in the first, but I think Nick Newman ran the ball out 40 meters before anyone came near him, and that extra 30 meters that he used, I think we still turned it over, but it was in the front half of our ground rather than the defensive side on the wing. And I just thought, just that alone, that one action alone, I thought, gee whiz, we're actually trying to get the ball past halfway, and that's like a really basic thing. And I was happy enough with that, and I thought we had the momentum in the back half of that first quarter. And I just saw enough composure and decision-making, and it wasn't reflective on the scoreboard and was a bit boring and a bit dry, and we're probably lucky they missed a few shots. But, I wasn't panicking, and I was actually surprised. Yeah, like I said, surprised that Twitter had lost their mind at quarter time. But and maybe I'm just dumb. Maybe I was just being way too lackluster. And but no, I wasn't upset. And obviously the second quarter was very, very good.
Yeah. Well, I think prior to the game and maybe over the last month, we've been very sensitive. So we pick up on when these mistakes happen and we jump on because it's like, ugh, okay, it's happening again. And I don't know, maybe we want to know what's going to happen, I think. We don't like the unknown. And then all of a sudden the unknown starts happening in the second quarter for the good. And you're just like, oh. Part of me, honestly, was like, okay, where's this been? The other part of me is like, okay, whatever. It's here now and we build off it.
I mean, it's clear that we changed some stuff in terms of tactics this week, but I think team selection was a big one as well. We basically got the team we wanted when we did Pommy's show on Tuesday, and Pommy and I, when we did Friday's stream, I think it was, we basically got the team we wanted. I think, you bring in guys like Martin and Cunningham, they can be way more dynamic than like a J-Sauce on that half-forward flank. We had a bit more pace. We won clearances, but we actually used the corridor out of defense, and we didn't immediately look to go to the wing when we were winning clearances. And that quick movement and the quick players that we had in the team, and I'm not talking about foot speed, I'm talking about movement of ball. That quick movement meant that we actually were hitting targets inside 50. And I can't remember the last time that we had multiple set shots where the players were passing off and finding actual better options that were open. So Charlie did it a couple of times. He was a bit of a conductor today, but Jack Martin did it as well. And it was the first time in a long time I can remember us actually doing that. And I see other teams do it against us every week, and I'm always like, why can't we do it? Well, we did it today, and that's going to be reflective. Everyone's going to talk about the fact that we were, I don't know what we were at halftime, 10 goals, 5 versus 5 goals, 10, or whatever it's been. But that's a product of having better opportunities and better positioning. So all of our shots were coming sort of directly in front or 25 meters out, as opposed to we've been forced to the wing because that's where we've been living, and we've been trying to kick from 55 out on the boundary. So it all culminates in we were more aggressive and probably tactically a bit quicker to make decisions, and it leads to better goal kicking. And that's when we are good, because guess what? We've got really good goal kickers in the team.
Yeah. Even though we were playing well in the second and continued it on and, kept growing the lead and all of that, I still noticed there still seems to be a disconnect with the guy who's got the ball in hand and the guy who he's trying to kick to. So
yes,
you hope that that's going to come at some point. And when that does, I think we can be even better.
Yeah, there was a few sort of kicked to 2-on-1s where they either spoiled each other or no one went for it. Or there's a couple where we, Walshy kicks it to where he thinks Harry's going to be, but Harry pulls up short and it's a direct turnover. But I think the areas where we were kicking to it and the options in terms of one-on-ones rather than packs was a big improvement, even if the execution wasn't there the whole time. I'm hoping that can improve. Just a couple other quick notes. I think Cottrell as that forward wingman rather than a defensive wingman works really well. I like him in the forward half, particularly when we're playing quickly. He's not afraid to take the shots. It wasn't an accident that Cripps kicked 3 goals today. They were actively playing him as the deepest forward at times, which throws a bit of a I don't know, I can't think of the saying, but anyway, it scrambles things a little bit for the opposition. So the decision, which we've been begging for weeks, to actually put him in the forward line was really solid. And I wanted to give a shout out to, I sit on the boundary where Levi kicked that goal, and that was an unbelievable goal from Levi Casbolt. Like he had this much room to kick it through from where I was sitting, and he nailed it. So that was pretty impressive as well. And I didn't have to worry because we were already 12 goals up or whatever it was.
It was a win-win situation. No, that's awesome. Well, mate, sending love to you and your family as well. Thank you for thank you for being here, and we'll see you soon.
I'll see you after the bye.
You know it. All right, mate. Andy Cracker with a 10. Matt Cottrell is a gun. He is a gun. He sure is. Caleb.
How you going, mate?
Mate, I'm good. How are you going?
Pure relief, mate. What a difference we can make.
It is, mate. It is. It's good to smile. It's good to see everyone up and about.
Oh, it's just belief, mate. It's just amazing what it can do. You just see when everything's working, it just works. And like you were saying before, the perspective difference, it's just, you don't get mad. Even a few times you're like, oh, it's all right. Like you have a bit more understanding and you just go, it's just, crazy. Like what people were saying last week, the abuse down at the stands to like, we're a chance at finals now and stuff like just the, can't even speak, man, because I'm just pure relief. I didn't even sing the song like you boys, just kind of sat there and just went, oh, finally we managed to get the 4 points. So
a week is a long time in footy. You came on last week and told everyone, stop trying to trade Harry, stop trying to drop Cripps.
Yeah.
Let's just calm down. I think they both had a pretty good game. Harry was, what did he kick? 3 straight? Cripps kicked 3 straight as well. So I don't know, maybe we can take back those trades now.
Oh, definitely. Like, that's the thing. Obviously we weren't playing like we wanted to, but just the players are hurting too. They're not just sitting there, enjoying that they're losing and stuff like that. We just got to support them through those times. And, maybe now the wheel's going to turn and they're going to start believing themselves again. And, Cripple won a Brownlow last year, mate. Harry Mackay, Coleman the year before. We just, obviously when we're losing, it's quick to just jump on and pile on, but we just got to remember that footy can change very, very quickly. It can change in a quarter, it can change in a moment. And, it was impossible that we didn't make finals last year. Who knows? Might be the other way around this year. It's impossible that we do beat Giants in the last round and we're marching into September with some confidence. So,
well, look, if they put together some sort of a run over the next 2-3 games, that what we see with the fan base when it's not going well is that it is what it is.
Yeah.
So if they put together a few runs, you're going to start seeing the fans try and add that extra element for the good.
Oh, yeah.
And it is one game. I don't want to get caught getting too excited, but they've actually got to go on a run. That's the reality. If they want to do anything this year, they have to go on a run of like maybe 5 or 6 unbeaten. They've got to undo what they've just done. They've what did we lose? 6 in a row, 8 of the last 9. So they're going to have to do something on the other end of that. And if they do it, great. If they don't, they don't. Changes will come. And then
I think we can afford 2 or 3 losses at max, 3 max. I think we have to either beat Port Adelaide, Collingwood, or Melbourne. I think we're going to have to probably win 2 of those. Port Adelaide here, I know how good they are, but that is, I'm telling you, we've got a good record against them. Even when we're no good, we can beat them here. And I know everyone just says it's Gold Coast, but they've just beaten Bulldogs, Adelaide, and they beat Richmond here earlier in the year. So every team on the day, you have to be better than them. Doesn't matter if it's West Coast or whatever. They're a good team. They're in some really good form recently. So I know being at the MCG is not their fortress, but it's still a good win. And we were really, really good today. Obviously, third quarter started to show some patterns of the last few weeks, but that's not going to change overnight. We've got to expect there's still going to be some sloppy kicks, some indecision and stuff like that. But, as long as that's not outweighed by the good stuff, it's going to just slowly, dribble out of the pattern. And I think, big win today. Let's enjoy it. Go into the bye with some, confidence and happiness, and then beat the Hawks. And then, who knows after that.
Yeah, mate. Well said. Thank you. Thank you for coming on.
Thanks for having me on. And, congrats on the 10K, mate. I'm, stoked to be a part of this more regularly. So thanks for having me on, Ted.
Always, mate. Have a good one.
You too, mate. Cheers.
See ya. All right. We've got about 5 more. Matt.
Oh, hey, Terry. How you going?
Good, mate. How you doing?
What was that? I'm just in shock. I can't believe everyone's just so reserved about that. That's just like, I was watching that going, what's happening? We've been down the doldrums for 6 weeks, and all of a sudden, just something just switches. And what were your thoughts? I mean, just.
I tell you what, maybe I'm just getting too caught in Carlton because that's all I've watched for the most part of my life. But when's the last time a team dished up what we've dished up, then kick 1 goal in a quarter, and then proceed to kick 9 goals in a quarter and really outscore some of what we've put on the board for 4 quarters over the last few weeks? It's just none of it makes sense. 6 losses in a row didn't make sense.
Yeah.
The second quarter didn't make sense. And I'm just, they find a new way to surprise me.
I mean, and I wanted to come back on because you challenged me last week because I mentioned about, the comments that have been made over the last, few weeks about, frictions between the playing group and players not agreeing. Obviously they're all rumors. We don't know for sure, like you said. And you said well, I hope that the players are, arguing amongst themselves and they want to get better. I hope, and you're right, that's what you want. But I think it proved to me today, obviously this is my opinion, but it proved to me today that the players have been talking the last few weeks about that this is the most united they've ever been. They're backing the coach, and we've heard this stuff before in the past, but I just don't know how you can come out and do what they did today and not be behind the coach and not be behind the game plan. I just don't know. You can't do that. You can't come out and play with the tackling today was just like, it's just, I don't know, which makes you question, like, what the fuck has been going on the last 6 weeks? Like, it's just like, I'm just like, yeah, I'm boggled. I'm boggled by this whole club, honestly. I'm just mind boggled. But,
It really is. No, what you just said there is exactly how I felt. Like,
yeah.
It just never makes sense. It's never to script. It's never.
No.
It's like they find a new way to rewrite the way things should be or get done, and anything possible with this club, literally for the good and for the bad.
Yeah. Oh, 100%. But it was just so pleasing just to actually watch it and just like, just actually fucking enjoying watching this. It's just, excuse my language, sorry, but I'm just enjoying it. Just, just a relief to finally just turn it on. And, I was going to go today. I didn't go, but, just so nice and refreshing just after the last 6 weeks. Just
Does that mean you'll be going in a couple of weeks against Hawthorn?
Oh, yeah. I probably, I'll make the trip. Yeah,
I thought you might say that.
It'll be really interesting to see what happens. From now on. I mean, I think you just got to take it with a grain of salt, this win, and just be like, it's really good to get the win, but it just be really interesting to see what happens. So I'll be keen to just observe. I'm more of an observer. So
look, what I saw today with the crowd, 29,000, I liked it, if I'm being dead honest, because it was a statement.
It was,
It was a statement. When I saw the text messages coming through during the week, like, get a level 2 ticket for $10 or whatever, the discount they were offering, and like really setting the text to make sure that we were getting there, I could tell that they knew that it was going to be a lesser crowd. And then to see it dip under 30,000, which when you think about it, it almost costs us to play today. We don't make as much profit. So statement made by the fans, and I kind of liked it.
Me too.
I liked it.
I'm so glad. I couldn't agree more. Like, I felt like I went to the Essendon Carlton game, and I felt like just an idiot there. Like, what am I doing here? Like, why are we all here? Like, it's just we need to send a statement and be like, you know what, we don't want to watch, what you've been serving up, and we need to just let you know. And I think you're right. I think it was good. Well, obviously not every week, but they need to know. So
good stuff. Good to see you again, mate.
No worries, man. Take care. Good to be on.
See ya. Oliver Lynch with the 10 says, to the BA Baggers community after today. Absolutely. Thank you, my friend. Where are we? Anthony.
Hey, what's up, Terry?
Hey, man. I'm good. How are you?
On the 10K.
Thank you, mate. Thank you for being a part of it.
When I first started. Finally, we actually play some good football for a change.
I know.
I cannot believe what I watched that second quarter. That
what did you make?
First quarter was abysmal. That second quarter was electric. Absolutely electric. First quarter was like, we put witches hats on the Gold Coast team that bet Adelaide and the Dogs. Witches hats. We made them look like West Coast in that second quarter. And that was just, I was even blowing my mind. My dad's been a Carlton supporter for a long time. Now he's in Adelaide since Adelaide came in the league. But he said that was the best he watched, the Blues. Like, where was this for 6 weeks?
I think that's the question on everyone's mind. Where's it been? I mean, we knew it was there. I think that's why the frustration was there, because we know what they're capable of, right?
I've like that list. That list is as talented as the Port Adelaide list. Like the type of players that they have. They have the good forwards, the decent midfielders, and a good defense. That's not a bottom 4 list. That's not a North Melbourne-esque list. And me watching, like, I'm on live right now with the Dogs and Roos game. If Bulldogs lose, we're only 1.5 games out of the 8. For how bad we've been. For how bad the Blues have been, we're only 1.5 games out of the 8. Like,
do you still have hope for making something happen?
Have hope. Hey, football's a funny game. Sydney started 0-6, I think it was 2017, and they made finals. Richmond started 3-10, they made finals. Like, anything's possible. I've been on many teams with rebuilds. I support many clubs in the AFL, and Carlton's my second favorite team after Port Adelaide. I want the Blues to do well because I actually love the Blues because of my dad. But like, where is this? Like, I have a Carlton fan as my friend, and he's just like, he's been miserable. He's been miserable for the last 7. He even said that the Eagles game he didn't even watch because he knew that the Blues were winning it. And actually, talk about good kicking. I used to play footy for high school, and they said good kicking is good football. That's just proved it today.
Yeah.
For the Blues.
Very good point. Very good point, Anthony. And thank you for coming on and sharing your thoughts.
Thank you. Thank
See
you.
you,
I hope
mate.
I come back in 2 weeks for the Hawks.
All right. Sounds good. Bye. Tyler.
Hey, Terry. How you going, mate?
Good, mate. How are you?
I can finally breathe, honestly. It's been a long week. Long week. A lot of talk. I tried to stay off social media as much as possible. But then watched the reserves game yesterday. I thought, oh, okay, maybe something might come good this week. And we still managed to fuck that game, but I don't know what happened there. But no, it was a great win. Much deserved. It needed to happen. That circuit breaker needed to happen. So, oh, fuck me. I don't know how it happened, but hey, we'll take the win. Take the win.
Amen, mate. It came at a good time. Well, yeah, any time was a good time, but I think going into the bye with a win, just, yeah, I don't know what another loss would have done to us going into the bye. So
no, I think that would have been a completely different story if we went into a bye with a massive loss, especially to Gold Coast. Look, I respect them and all of that. You've got to always respect your opposition, but we are a lot better than them. And I just think, and honestly, like, and I did a couple of posts every now and then through the week, and I just said the players will decide when enough's enough. And I think it was because everyone's saying, oh, sack the coach. Vossi can only do so much. He's putting the game plan ahead. It's up to the players to execute. And that just shows that the game plan needs to be tweaked a little bit, but it's there. And they obviously believe in it. If they come out and play like that, well, then they obviously believe in the coach. So why haven't they done it for the last 6 weeks? So that's my question. But I think honestly, Carlton, it needed to happen. Take the 4 points. Go on to Hawthorn. I think we'll beat Hawthorn. Fremantle is on top of the stadium, but then again, they're on a bit of a poor form at the moment. Port Adelaide's going to be a bit of a test, but we'll see how we go. It's going to be a very interesting run home, but I'll even think about next year. But honestly, it needed to happen. That was a good win.
Yeah.
It needed to happen.
Good stuff. Well said, mate. Thanks for joining.
Mate. No worries. Cheers. Congratulations on 1,000.
Thank you. I've got a comment here that I want to read out. Good to see how many of you so-called fans turned up today. True blue baggers attend games regardless of how well we're traveling. Go Blues. I just love your name. Theophanis Patrikios. I love it. Speaking of Greeks.
Oh, that's it. Yeah, nice. That's it.
Aristotle.
Well, technically, no. It's just Addis. Just Addis, technically.
Just Addis?
Yes. But if you were to call me that, I'm fine with that.
Preach. Talk to me, mate. You found another stat for us today, I think.
I did. Did you say it?
I did. Oh, yeah. Tell me your stat, and then I'm going to tell you a little story about Jasmina after the game.
Okay. All right. So the stat is the last time Carlton's number 11 had exactly 6 marks and the opposition's number 19 had 11 disposals and kicked a goal in round 14 on a Sunday at the MCG was 1995. So what I'm saying is book your grand final tickets, essentially.
Nah, I can't even imagine them actually doing something that crazy. Like,
you reckon? Did we can't time the run perfectly?
We can time a run perfectly, but not a. I don't know, mate.
Anyway, what were your story? Or was that more off camera? More.
Oh Nah, so I've left. She screamed my name and literally tackled me like I was Bailey Humphrey today, and she was Patrick Cripps, and just literally like holding the ball, pinned straight into the ground, mate. Gone, dead.
There you go. She's adamant. She knows what she wants. Very good though.
Very good.
You did the whole pre-game kind of all the pleasantries, all the formalities pre-game. How was that?
It was good. It was nice. Good spread. They had good food, really good food. I did buy the raffle ticket, the margin game.
Right.
So I had Carlton by 89 points. So it was just like a disaster. But one of my best mates who I took with me, he had Carlton by 60. So he's missed out by a point.
Oh, that's stiff.
Yeah. So no, it was good. Look, the President's Club function was fun. I to be honest, everyone I spoke to before the game was angry and pissed off, and there was no sugarcoating. I thought I was going to hear some sugarcoating, if I'm honest. There was none of that. It was everyone is hurting and emotional and pissed off. And had Pat Kinnersley say a few words, which was awesome. And then Mr. Boone got on stage and said a few words as well. So he got the crowd going and just spoke it was real talk. There was no bullshit. So I was happy with that.
Very good. Very good. Yeah. It was a day where we just needed to like not try and justify anything, not try and find excuses, just get the job done. First quarter, it happened, right?
Yeah.
And even like start of the second, we did well, kicked goals early. Some came from free kicks in the middle. That's how we got the clearance. But look, just win. Happy that we won. Happy that we kicked some goals. Shared the load around. I think here's another stat for you. I didn't come up with this stat, but I saw it. The last time we've had 7 or more goal kickers in a game since 2014. No, sorry, 7 or more multiple goal kickers since 2014.
Wow.
So it's the last couple of weeks in the very limited amount of goals that we have had. It's Charlie or always chips in and Harry maybe, and that's it. And finally, Cripps got on the end of a few. That was pleasing. Seeing the skipper step up, 3:25. You just saw he was walking, shoulders back, chest out. Just had a bit of that 2022 strut about him today. And I mean, Walshy looks at him and thinks, all right, we're on today. Chaz looks at him thinking, all right, we're on today. So that helps. Midfield mix was good. I thought Connor's in there. Very clean. How good was it? Do you remember that pickup off half back? I think it might have been the third.
Yep.
That one-handed pickup. Yeah. I turned to my dad and I was like, yeah, we've missed that. We've missed that. Big
and
time.
that little jab step kind of went this way, that way. It was
he's partial to a drop step, drops the shoulder. He's really good at that. And once he gets some games under his belt, hopefully he can stay in the team for the rest of the year. Speaking of staying in the team for the rest of the year, can we speak about Brody Kemp?
We can.
How long have you got?
As long as you need.
Mate, he's exceptional. Like he's so good, so composed, knows like with young players, the one thing that you probably maybe attribute to the most is more like physical attributes, like he's strong, he's quick, can take a good mark. He's just so smart. Like whenever he gets the ball, he knows how to attack the ball. He knows what decisions to make, knows when to peel off, knows when to go. I was really impressed with his game, especially playing on Casbolt, who probably doubles him in weight. And Levi's goal at the end there was a bit cracked. But yeah, I think Kemp more than held his own and was one of our better players today. I think the whole defensive kind of 6 held up, especially in the first quarter when they were peppering us. We kind of pushed them out, didn't really give them easy looks at goal, which was helpful. And Harry converting for once, which is good. Seeing him it's just like 100th game, you sit back and you realise we'd be in a far worse position without him. Because I know he hasn't been converting, but some of the things that he does, especially some of the things that he does in which he shouldn't do, the pressure acts, the ball stuff, very, very handy. So, yeah, overall, good win. But I was going to say back it up next week, but we can't. I mean, let's beat the bye. We should beat the bye, right?
I think we'll beat the bye. I think I'm confident in saying we'll beat the bye and then rest up and then No excuses, mate. Finish the season strongly, whatever it's going to be. Whether it's not making it, whether it's making it, no excuse. Finish the season strong. That's it has to be that way.
Yeah, and I think we need to use second quarter was different because it wasn't like the game style that we've been playing for the last 2 months worked, and that's how we got our goals. It was a completely different game plan. It was move the ball quickly, dominate from center, from stoppages, and all that stuff. Right, similar to how we played last year. And the Suns are good. I think this was Gold Coast's heaviest defeat of the season. In a year where they versed Geelong, the Bulldogs, Adelaide, Sydney, Richmond, Melbourne, the Dogs. I don't know if I said the Dogs, Freo. They've versed good teams, and their heaviest defeat came today. So let's not sit here and talk about how rubbish the Suns are, because they're not. They're good. And we were able to nullify a lot of what they do well, which is that stoppage game, that clearance game. Rao was basically absent for most of the game. Anderson was good, but we were able to negate him as well. And I think we lost the hit-out count quite convincingly, but I think we still won the clearances, which shows that the midfield went to work in that department, which was very, very pleasing to see. But, just good stuff. Let's settle a little bit. Let's just relax. Let's just enjoy it. Watch the highlights for once. Haven't been able to watch the highlights in 7 weeks. So, I'm just happy we won. Just happy I'm not sitting here and angry watching other teams play good football instead of mine. I can sit here and watch North versus the Dogs and be like, oh, yeah, we actually won today. So that's good.
Ari, great stuff, mate. See you on Wednesday night.
Yes. Unfortunately, we don't speak about Carlton this week. Normally, it's
I know. You can talk. You can put a bit of Carlton in there if you like.
Well. Funnily enough, before we go, this was the first week I actually tipped against us.
Oh, you gave up, Ari.
No, come on. It was written, right? Oh, I've tipped us every single week. Every single week I've tipped us.
Well, get back on the wagon, mate.
No, I'll tip Hawthorn. If we beat Hawthorn, then I can't change.
Deal.
Done.
All right. See you, bro.
See you, bro.
2 more. Josh, then Shannon. Josh.
Hey, that was good. I enjoyed it.
It's a good day at the football. Yeah, it was. It was a good day at the footy.
Yeah. Look, I know a lot of people are saying let's work into next season. We're here. It's 2023. We're still here. How many games do we have left?
We now have 9 games left.
That's more than enough to make finals.
Let's just win one at a time.
No. I'm saying, no. One at a time, 1 week at a time. Absolutely. But the bigger picture is, if we've had our crappy start to the year, if we, this could be a complete flip of last year. We start really, poorly, finish well. Last year, start really well, finish poorly. Could be, a bit of a flip. No, I don't want to get too ahead of myself, but the reality is we're still in it. Even if we just miss out on finals, at least we can go into next year and we've finished 9th, and there's a game plan. They have an idea. Melbourne 2021, they finished 9th. If we can do that, that'd be good. But the reality is we're still here and we can make finals. So yeah, that's my opinion.
I like it.
Yeah.
Well, I think even today, did you go with Dad?
Yeah.
Yeah. So just the 2 of you?
Yeah, just the 2 of us. My brother has just had enough.
Oh, they gave up. Fair. Well, I think for those of us that kept going, and I think a lot of us went today. I know I did. I got there. I was like, okay, if it wasn't for the function, no, I was always going, but there was also just this waiting for it to hit me again, and waiting for it to be bad again, if I'm honest. And I was like waiting for the inevitable to happen again. But for those of us that did show up today, I think we got a little something. We got a bit of nourishment.
Yeah, definitely. It was good to see everyone happy again. I didn't sing the song. I didn't get out of my seat. I was not the usual yelling, crazy person I am when I go to the footy. But look, I think they've got to earn my trust again. It was good to see Cunningham. I thought, hopefully he stays into the side for the rest of the year. Fogg. I thought Fogg was good. I'd rate him above Motlop. I think Motlop needs a few years to develop his craft. That's just
Yeah.
my opinion, though.
No, I think there's something to be said for having more experience in the side. You know, we've got young, small forwards. Durds and Motlop, they're young, and they've been playing a lot of footy to start this season. So Durds is obviously injured. Motlop, a little bit out of form. That's okay. Go back, get some form, come back in. So to have, you know, Cunningham back in the side, Jack Martin back in the side, Lockie Fogarty back in the side. These are seasoned bodies, even though some of them break down, you know, easier than most, and they've been very injury prone. They've still got skin in the game of footy. So I think that showed. I think even having Nick Newman back in the side in defence, just another layer of seniority there helps. And look, it clicked today. It clicked, and we hope that it just stays together.
It was good, and Cripper, you know, got the monkey off his back. 3 goals. He had a good game. I love that. Hopefully, this is just look. I just hope there's always that little bit of hope that always is with me, even if you know there's that if it even gets to a mathematical chance, I will always have a little bit of hope. But I don't know. I just feel like there was a change just this week. Everything feels different. Social media, there wasn't this, you know, oh, there's a rivalry, you know, they're not, you know, posting something, you know, it's always something during the week. The club's always talking about something. It was quite quiet. So it was just football. That's all it really was.
Yeah. Kept it
when
simple.
you think about it, that's all it was. Mm-hmm.
Josh.
And
yeah, go for it. What do you got? What else?
Pretty much. Yeah, it was just more like the 2022 Carlton side as well, like winning centre bound, the clearance at the centre, and then goal. It was so much more like the Carlton we knew last year. So I just hope we can play that game plan again. And I think the changes we made at the selection table were going to accommodate to that. We can't see Ed Kerno play anymore. If we want to play a fast-paced game like we did today, players like Ed can't play.
Fair.
Yeah.
All right, mate. Good stuff.
Good to see you smiling, mate. Up the baggers.
Up the baggers. Lucas with the 3 says, hope we can build from this win and keep confident. Me too. Mitch, you were loving the macarons pre-game. I absolutely was, mate. I made sure to get every single bit of them. Shannon.
Hello. How are you?
Hello. I'm good. How are you?
Happy.
I know, right?
Yeah, no, it was nice to actually see us winning a game of football from start to finish. The first quarter was a bit shaky, but that second quarter is probably the best quarter of football we've played all year.
Mm-hmm.
That includes all of our wins put together. We just dominated. It was just incredible, from centre bounces, everything. It was great.
Absolutely. What did you put it down to? Do you think they just, I don't know, like what did you notice? Like what happened in the second quarter and how did it turn?
We used the corridor. We actually decided to use the corridor. We played bold football. We took the game on. We took marks. We gave the ball to Sard. We put the ball in Sard's hands, and he just was able to run and carry. Doherty, run and carry. Gov, intercept, marking. And I thought Brody Kemp played an incredible game of football on someone who he gave away height to in Levi Casbolt.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that was just incredible. And we kept turning to each other in the cheers, going, where's this been? Where has this football been? We know we've been able to play this football. We just never actually kicked goals. We kicked 18 of them today. Incredible.
Wow. 18-12. Yeah. It was.
Yeah.
Well, really, it was all done after quarter time because we kicked one goal, I think, in the first quarter.
1-2. Yeah. And then we just went 17 goals in 3 quarters of football. Who knew that, you know, taking on the game and actually kicking a goal would bring you such euphoria? Like, it's just.
No, it's good. It's good. Well, I think we've all earned just a good week off just to have a bit of a circuit breaker.
Yep.
Good to have a bit of a winning feeling just before the circuit breaker and then on to Hawthorn in a few weeks.
So excited for this break. We need it. And then hopefully come out and beat Hawthorn. And like you said, one game at a time. We don't need to jump the gun here because we jumped the gun after we beat Geelong and look what happened.
I drank the Kool-Aid after Geelong.
You did drink the Kool-Aid after Geelong. Maybe hide that one for a little while. I sent you a photo of Kool-Aid at one banner night too. I regret doing that, but
I've got the Kool-Aid ready.
Let's
I
park
will
that one.
not. Yeah, I'm just gonna wait. I'm not gonna pour
Let's
it
park that one.
until we. I'll decide on the rule, but not anytime soon.
No, we'll park that one for now. You go and enjoy the rest of your Sunday night. Have a well-earned break this week. I know you'll do the show tomorrow night, but I think there's 70-something days to AFLW, so keen for that.
Absolutely. Thanks, Shan.
No worries. Have a good night.
You too. See ya. All right. And that is the fan cams for round 14. It's a shame we didn't quite have our opposition fans in the audience today. They didn't want to hear it. They didn't want to watch us. A lot more enjoyable after a win, no doubt. And I think we all can breathe some sigh of relief just for now, just for the short term. Footy's a fascinating sport. This league is a fascinating league, and this club is a fascinating club. And we see all of it every year. And then the season ends and we realize, wow, we got so sucked into all of it. We cared deeply. So that was awesome. Thanks for tuning in. Tonight, firstly, 8 p.m., the Almost Blues Brothers will be live. So be sure to stick around for them. Tomorrow, the review will come out. The player ratings will be done at 6 p.m. The Blue Abroad show at 7 p.m. So lots to get through. And don't forget, tomorrow you have 24 hours to enter the giveaway. So I'm going to put the link in the chat right now. I'm going to draw out 3 winners tomorrow. So I'm excited to give away all of the things. Thanks once again for the week. Thanks for being here. See what happens from here. Go Blues.